Hey, what's up, everyone? You're here with Goran and Jack from PickDawgz. Thank you for joining us. Kirk unfortunately had to run, do some personal stuff, so he will not be joining us for this long for a video. However, you will still be getting his free picks for every single game in this video as we know them ahead of time, so the graphics can be made. We also have a couple of short form videos. It's all up on the PickDawgz YouTube channel, so check it out, guys. Subscribe and hit that like button. All three of us also have premium picks, some soccer, some NBA, some NHL, maybe from Kirk and so on. I know that Jack has been on fire with NBA, kicking ass, getting on the leaderboards constantly. So get on board, guys. Get those long-term passes. That's definitely your best value as far as our premium picks go. Now let's get this show on the road. Jack, we have, I think, 10 games in this video, so we'll try not to take too much of your time, guys. We'll try to do this quickly. Mallorca and Alaves. That's a Sunday matchup in La Liga. Mallorca, pretty solid favorites at home. Alaves, not a great team overall this season, not a great team at the moment. What do you like in this game, Jack?
Yeah, I like the look of Mallorca, if I'm honest, coming into this game. I haven't got Kirk to laugh at me in this video. This, that's a weird one to not get a comment off the rip. But yeah, Mallorca at home, it's hard to really go against them right now. They're looking pretty good. Form is okay, not the best. One win in their last three, but they haven't lost in the last three either. And Alaves, well, they're relegation bound if they don't improve, right? So yeah, it's going to be tough. Alaves on the roads. They've struggled on the road all season long, and yeah, I just can't see past Mallorca winning this game.
Uh, I'm gonna go with the over 2.5 in this one. Plus 184. I like to take overs when we're getting such a good price. I mean, I could see a 2-1 game for Mallorca here easily, no problem. Alaves has to get going at some point, at least start scoring goals. And Mallorca not as solid defensively as they certainly like to be. So I think they might concede in this game. I'm taking over 2.5, and Kirk is taking Mallorca on the money line as well. Now, Jack, what about this game between Osasuna and Valencia? Osasuna, a solid team, very solid team on paper. They are sitting 13 right now. Valencia is in 18th, which is still the relegation zone. They've had a few positive results lately, but it's going to be a tough game against Osasuna on the road.
Yeah, it is. I like the look of goals here, though. Look, it's going to be tough for Valencia to even get a point. If that's just the facts, I'm afraid this is not the Valencia we've seen for the past decade, maybe even longer this season. They need to pick up points, and they need to pick up soon. But I think those points they're going to come at home. You know, if you're in the relegation zone, as long as you're winning or drawing games at home, usually you're probably going to end up safe, and it's still all to play for. You know, we got five teams still battling for to stay out of them bottom three positions in relegation. But I like goals here. I think is a really nice price. If this is like -110, I don't like it anywhere near as much. But +130 on the over with two teams that aren't really good at defending, I have to take it +130.
Yeah, we might add that Valencia is still winless on the road this season.
Yeah.
So 0 wins, I think like 5 draws and 7 losses or something like that. So not a good team on the road. I could definitely see goals in this one. Kirk has both teams to score -104, which definitely makes sense. I'm gonna go with the first half draw at +105. Now that doesn't necessarily mean I expect a 0-0 draw at halftime. Could potentially be a 1-1 easily, because this feels like a game where both teams should definitely go for the win. In Serie A, we have Bologna and Cagliari facing off. Jack, what do you like in this one? I'm personally taking Bologna at -167. They're just playing really well at the moment, and they should definitely beat the team like Cagliari.
Yeah, the Italian league, as I said I don't know if I said it on our Saturday video or Friday video. I think Serie A has been so hard to read this season. It's like Bundesliga as well, Premier League. It's all been a bit all over the place this season. But I think Serie A is personally for me one of the hardest leagues to really handicap on because it's so unpredictable. there's so many like dramas and things with players and allegations about all sorts of things. So won't dive into those, but I will dive into the fact that I like the under in this game. Bologna, as I said, with that AC Milan game, who play Lazio today, uh, they've played on Thursday. They aren't going to be fresh. There is no way. There is no way they
Yeah.
come and play from Thursday to Sunday, 100%. And they've got a ton of injuries, which have plagued them throughout this season. So that's going to be fatigue even more. And if it's a slow, groggy game dominated by Bologna, there isn't going to be a lot of goals for me. So I'm taking the under here.
Yeah, and the Kirk is taking Bologna to win 2-0, which could definitely go to our favor, like a 1-0, 2-0 win. That would be absolutely perfect for this game as far as our free picks go. What about this Genoa and Empoli game, Jack? Empoli, not a great team as well. At the moment, they're sitting in the 18th place, which is the relegation zone. They won their last game against Juventus, actually, in Coppa Italia quarterfinals after a penalty shootout, which means that they're advancing to the semifinals. But Genoa is doing a decent job. Yes, they lost their last game against Inter, but it was only 1-0 loss, so they could potentially get back on the winning track at home in this game.
Yeah, I love this play. I really love this play. There's only 3 days of the year I don't place any bets, and that is February the 29th, February the 30th, and February the 31st. I'm so happy it's March the 1st because I am 100. This is a freemium. This is a premium. So you're getting this one for free. Very rare from me. Give me the under 0.5 in the first half. Genoa, they don't score early in games at all. They don't. They do not. I'm looking through the history of games right now. It's at least five. It's at least the last five where they have not scored in the first half. And speaking of which, when it comes to Genoa games, the away team has not scored before half time in only one of the last nine. So yeah, under 0.5 in this spot with that trend is a must take at plus 160. It's risky, don't get me wrong. It is scary. But I think I'm getting my chips in good here.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. Goals are not expected in this one, guys. I'm taking the draw plus 220. I don't know, it just feels like a game where yeah, Empoli will probably park the bus, especially after they had a midweek game against Juventus, so they are a bit tired, and they cannot afford to drop any more points. So I see them parking the bus and just trying to soak up the pressure. I'm going with the draw, and Kirk is taking Genoa on the money line. Now, for the last game in Serie A, Jack, we have Roma and Como. Como is now, I think that might be actually the first time this season they were able to string a couple of wins together. They are playing well. They're scoring goals. Roma minus 150 favorites at home. They have been doing solid job as of late as well, but I don't see them keeping a clean sheet in this one, Jack. I'm going with both teams to score at minus 160.
Yeah, Como, they're on a really good run right now. So Roma, it's hard to really when you have a team like Como playing the way they are. It's the question is how long is it going to last for? And for me, I think it ends now. I think it ends in this game. Roma, I tell you what, Ranieri has done an absolute masterclass with them. They were looking horrible before Ranieri came in. You remember at the start of the season when I first came onto these videos, I was saying how much disgust there is with the Roma fans and that. I'd love to
Yeah.
hear feedback from Roma fans now because you're loving life. Roma at home in their current climate, in their current form, at this price against a team like Como, who over the course of this season have not been good. I have to take.
Yeah, like I said, I'm taking both teams to score, and Kirk is also taking Roma on the money line at home, which at this price, I suppose it makes very much sense. In Bundesliga, Jack, we have a couple of games on the schedule. The first one being between Union Berlin and Holstein Kiel. Union Berlin heavy favorites at home, minus 182 at the moment. They are not playing well. They are on a two-game losing streak, but luckily for them, Kiel is much, much worse. Kiel hasn't beaten anyone in their last 6 games. They're sitting bottom of the table. They will be getting relegated. There's no more doubt about it at all. But they are a team that potentially could score some goals. They've scored 3 against Bayern. They've scored a couple against Bochum, 1 against Eintracht. Uh, they definitely have a potential. So how do you see this game going?
Yeah, there's no way Kiel are going to get out of the bottom 3 for the rest of this season.
Mm,
Maybe if they're lucky, they squeeze a 16th and play that game against the potential promoting side from the Bundesliga 2. Maybe, but they ain't getting out of that. I'm riding with a trend here. This pick is one I don't think I've ever really given out. It's because purely I don't really like the look of this game, and I have to ride the trend, and I have to ride the Jack stat attack here. Union's last 10 games have seen the halftime result end up being the full-time result. So, if their opponent was winning at halftime, the opponent will win at full time. If Union were winning at halftime, they'll win at full time. I think you guys get what I'm saying here. I think the first half ends in a draw. So instead of taking the first half draw, I'll say YOLO. I'll ride that trend. I'll see if Union can make it 11 out of the last 11. I'm going to go with the draw, halftime, full time in this game at plus 550.
that's a heavy pick here. I'm going with a draw, so I'm kind of hoping your hits as well. I'm taking it at plus 315. Honestly, I think that's a super good price. I was expecting that not to be over plus 250 or anything like that, but plus 315 on the draw with 2 teams who are playing pretty bad football right now. Yeah, I'm taking the draw, and Kirk is taking both teams to score, as you can see below, guys. Augsburg and Freiburg. Now, Jack, we mentioned Freiburg yesterday as the hottest team in Bundesliga at the moment. Are you riding them out at plus 180?
Again, another weird spot. We've had a few of these games over this weekend where do you ride current form over, like, do you ride the relevancy, the recent results over the course of the season? And I'm just going straight down the middle. I can't pick a side here. I really can't. Freiburg, they look fantastic. The last 4 games, yes, as I said to Kirk off camera when we recorded our last videos, Werder Bremen, they look like they've been, on the night out before with Kirk drinking before their games. And so, yeah, I don't know if I can take that Freiburg result over Bremen seriously because Werder Bremen are terrible right now. They beat St. Pauli, they beat Heidenheim, they beat Bochum. Arguably, all of those games they should be winning anyway. So, yeah, do I think they can go on the road and beat Augsburg? They 100% have the ability to. However, I think the safer option for me here is to just go down the middle. Again, this is a game I don't like, but if any outcome is to happen and a gun was being held to my head, I'm just going to say draw.
Yeah, when you mentioned the urgency or the need or anything like that, I mean, Augsburg, sure, they will not just surrender in this game, but they are safe from the relegation. They're sitting pretty high up in the table. They don't need it. I mean, yes, they need points, but it's not a necessity for them at the moment. Like I said, I don't expect them just to roll over. But then again, on the other side, you have Freiburg, who's on a great winning streak, and they are hunting the top four. They're hunting the Champions League. They're now, I think, like 1 point away from the top four or something like
And
that.
and they have a game in hand of Mainz as well, who sit above them.
Yeah. So I don't think that Freiburg should be plus 180. I think the prices should be reversed. Plus 160 on Freiburg, plus 180 on Augsburg. Uh, just given the current form. But I will take Freiburg on the money line here. It's plus 173 on my book, so I guess do your shopping, guys. Get the best possible price that you can. And Kirk is also taking Freiburg on the money line. Now that's it for Bundesliga, Jack. Off to French League One. Lyon and Brest is the matchup that we have next. Lyon, I don't know. They're just so inconsistent this season. They are struggling, whether with the defense or the attack. They can't score goals against the weak teams. They lost 3-2 to PSG last week. But overall, I think that their season is going pretty well. They're sitting sixth right now. They could potentially end up in the Europa League, maybe even the Champions League with a bit of luck. While Brest on the other side, loss, draw, loss, draw, loss. Is the draw coming now?
No, no,
No?
no. Lyon win this game. I need to be careful what I say here and how I word this because I don't want Mr. Ron Romanelli to start messaging me saying, turn it down a bit with the language because of that old YouTube algorithm. But I tell you what, Brest have lived up to their name this season. You know, the start of this season, they were up here and they were looking fantastic. But as time has gone on, the Brest has slowly started to look worse and worse. And you understand what I'm saying here, right? So Brest look horrible. Let's not forget, Brest were top of the Champions League group stage at one stage this season, and now they can't even buy a win. They can barely buy a draw. So with this terrible looking Brest side, I'm taking Lyon at home.
Anyways, you know what? Talking about Brest always reminds me about that Champions League show with
CBS, yeah, yeah.
yeah. Oh my God, that made me laugh so much with Thierry Henry, Jamie Carragher, Micah Richards, and Kate Abdo. That's an amazing group
It's a
of
great cast.
broadcasters. I mean, the way they put them together is just so awesome. Anyways, I don't know. I feel like Brest could get a point out of this game. Lyon is just, like I said, so inconsistent right now, and you never know what team is going to show up. Yes, they're playing their best football at home. They should definitely win this game on paper because Brest sucks right now. But I don't know. Feels like they could get a positive result out of this game. Maybe get back on the positive track, but we'll see. I'm going with the draw, and Kirk is taking both teams to score. Next game, Jack, Montpellier and Rennes. Uh, I don't know. Montpellier was scoring goals at some point, doing well, getting close to getting to the safe zone. Then they just fell off the map. But Rennes on the road is horrible, defensively especially. They're not scoring a lot of goals, but they're conceding a lot. So I'm taking both teams to score in this one at minus 147.
Yeah, I'm taking red in the first half here. And to be honest, thinking about it and thinking of the method of the madness, I should probably just be taking Ren on the halftime, full time, to be honest, because Ren aren't. If Ren get a lead early, they're not going to lose it. Like this Montpellier side are not good. At 90 minutes, when the full time whistle's blown, Ren win this game for sure. But their price, I don't like it as much, really. I try to get more value here where I can against this bad Montpellier side. So I'm going to take them at half time. I'm going to take Ren on the first half money line. Purely because, not just because Montpellier suck, only one of their 23 games this season, they've actually won a first half. So that's already a good thing for me. And Rennes have been scoring a lot and leading a lot in their recent games. So, yeah, I'm taking Rennes on the first half money line here at the increased price.
And Kirk will take Rennes on the money line at plus 110 on the road against Montpellier. Marseille and Nantes is the last game of the day in the French League One. Marseille coming off of a fairly bad result last weekend. It was a game that they lost 3-0 nonetheless to Auxerre on the road, which I guess it wouldn't be tragic if at least they scored a goal. But Nantes, I don't know, they are sitting safe right now in 14th place. They've had a lot of positive results, which brought them up there. But I don't know. It's going to be a tough game against Marseille on the road. And on top of that, Nantes has like a couple of suspensions because of the red cards. They have like 4 or 5 injuries. And you know what? With Greenwood and whoever plays up front for Marseille get going, they're hard to stop.
Yeah, I think the only reason why we're getting a lesser of a price here than expected on Marseille is purely because that Auxerre game. Uh, I don't know what happened. Hell no, I didn't watch the
Yeah.
game. I was just watching. I remember watching the ticker, and I'm thinking, what on earth am I watching here? But yeah, the Marseille, they come back at home. They've won their last two at home over Saint Etienne and Lyon. That Lyon, as we just spoke about, they're a good side, so there's respect that. And Nantes on the road, you've just lost 7-1 to Monaco. So You're playing against another beast of an offense like Marseille have, very similar to Monaco. Are you really going to get my trust with keeping the ball out of the net? No. Marseille outscore Nantes in this game, so they win. But obviously, with that price, not going to be great to really bet on unless you want a parlay booster. Both teams to score for me. As good as Marseille are on the ball, they are pretty bad off the ball, and Nantes have been picking up goals. In that Monaco game, even though they're down and out, they still try and score. So yeah, I see them scoring in this game. Give me both teams to score here. Maybe I'll tell you what. Give me Marseille and both teams to score. I don't know what the price is. I don't know why I haven't done it, but give me that.
We're gonna take cards in this game. I mean, obviously, with so many suspensions because of the red and yellow cards, Nantes is getting a lot of cards in their games. So over 4 cards line is -112, which is definitely very good because if there are 4 cards, you're getting a push. If there are more than 4, you're getting a winner. But I just can't see less than 4 cards in this game. I think it's going to be a chippy game. I think it's going to get rough. And like I said, I think we see some cards in this one. And Kirk, obviously, as you might have expected, is taking
Who
Nantes on
would
the
have
money
guessed?
line at plus 650, simply because I think Jack has Marseille in his
Yeah,
as
that's
his
got to be.
survival pick. That's
Yeah,
that's probably why.
they're my favorite
Um,
pick.
yeah, that's it then, guys, for this video. Thank you for joining us. Check out our premium picks, like we said. Check out the rest of the free picks, and of course, subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you soon.